siento en paz, siento el poder de la madre, siento vivo, siento en paz, siento el poder de la madre, siento las plantas sagradas.
All right, so we here. Thank you. I definitely want to thank everyone for tuning in. I still was backstage talking. I appreciate everyone being here. And like I said earlier, I'm from, right. Let's talk and let's get straight to it. I really don't want to waste any time. Let's talk about trade and trust. And if you're here now, if you're listening, if you have a business, if you do a service for the community, please put your service and Instagram name, a handle, or your business name um, in the chat. So I definitely want you all to do that. So if you have your own garden, or if there's a certain commodity you have, if you're a trainer, right? I don't if you do hair, it doesn't matter, right? I just want everyone to start getting in contact and becoming familiar with the people or different people, so we can keep this energy flowing amongst those who look like us. So an overview of what happened a few days ago. In fact, I was looking for a thing to be made. We had about 3 or 4 different options or different people to look at. And we all decided that we're going to go with a different person. This way we can open up the veil, right? So we can have many ways to get this or to go about it. Now, I want to show the screenshots only because this is a growth moment for me, but also to show you how energy doesn't lie and things tend to change. Not, I won't say things change, but people will change on you depending on who they are dealing with. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on the screen right here. So I DM'd this person and I showed them what I wanted, asked, blase squazy, what we doing? And they let me know that they could do it. They explained the price to me. And then we basically checked it off. We're like, okay, it's good. We're gonna set it in for May 5th. Exactly, whatever. Now, later on, or 2 days later, they then DM'd me what they came up with, and they let me know that the creation I sent, being that it's computer generated, the art won't pick up for, or it won't pick up for certain imperfections. And that's okay with me. I'm not looking for you to hit every detail in the Jaguar shit. According to me, it could just be black. Doesn't matter. Now, I let them know that when I get off work, I'll be sending the bread. And I wanted to know, how would he do the lanyard? That's important. Now, the way that this person, he, she, they, it, wanted to do the lanyard is they wanted to make it black and white. Um, like, no, black and gray, like this emblem I just put at the top right of the screen. So I wanted it black and red. They wanted to make it black and gray. What I was explaining is that I personally don't see how the black and gray will mesh into the drum, being that the outside of the drum is black and red for a real specific reason. Now, I explained that I couldn't use gray for this ceremony around the lanyard. I'll tell you all, reason being, it's only supposed to be 2 colors, bead after bead. So it's one and one, one and one, one and one. So it's something that I actually need. You shouldn't fight me on it when it's my creation. It's my work. But I understand your vision or artistic expression. So I explained to them this, and they said, well, ceremonies come in all colors or every color. There's no way you can do a ceremony of mercy wearing red and black. It doesn't work like that. You won't do a ceremony, a ball game ceremony in all white. So it's okay. And I believe that it's best to respect someone's wishes when it comes to dealing with an emblem of their own or that belongs to their family. So if we continue, they say, well, gray or the Jaguar requirement is gray, but that's not the lanyard. We're specifically talking about the lanyard. And eventually they become confused. I don't know how. Doesn't it, it eventually matters. But I send them the bread. Once I send them the bread, they're still asking me, what color is the lanyard? What color is the lanyard? Because I'm confused. I already explained that I want the lanyard black and red. So we'll go over it again. I like red and black. They keep talking to me about feelings. So I say that I don't see gray and black messing with it, it's small on my screen, messing with it as the lanyard. So he was saying, well, you're spending a lot of money on this trust. I know I am. So being that I'm spending my bread, it should be how I want it. Now, eventually, we get here. They're talking, they felt like they were being rude. I explained to them that I didn't consider what they were doing first to be rude. And then I asked about the confirmation date. Because again, when I first asked them, they said that they could do the date that I wanted, which was July 14th, which is around July 14th. So after I send the bread, let me get to the point where I send the money. Okay, where we see. All right, right here. So I asked them about the confirmation date. When I asked about the confirmation date, I noticed this person went to my page and liked one of my posts dealing with the Wale, where I explained that it's not fair for anyone who claims to be Wale or Yamasi to claim to be the only legitimate, the official, et cetera, of that tribe or group. This person then DM'd me and said, right here, we're looking at it. They say, you're fucking weird. I'm sending the 100 back. And again, this comes after they like the post. So I say, damn, what the fuck I did to you? I go to their page only to find out they've done work for others who've been associated with us, which tells me about that gap between them responding, them basically removing themselves from the conversation, them having a conversation with someone else, then them liking the post, then DMing me. So with them doing all of that, I just say, shit, okay, amazing. I appreciate it. He says that I don't appreciate your effing weird BS. And all of this gets different stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like just send the bread back. Man, call me some more. And then we get to it where I'm just like, shit, just send the money back. Instead of sending me my bread back when I needed my bread or wanted my bread, because it wouldn't have hurt me as if it would have hurt someone who was sending their last. That's the difference. So my attitude about it was slightly different because I got the bread. Sometimes you can afford to take losses, but this was something that I knew I could win simply if I just kept my cool. For the simple fact that I know that this person is trying to bait me up into saying some shit. Because the first thing they will do if I'd have responded how I usually respond was screenshotted it, cropped it, and sent it around like, oh, look how he's talking to me. But it's one thing that I know, right? And it's that I know an addict when I contact one to deal with one. See, my spirit already told me don't go to this person. My mama told me be cautious while dealing with this person. So if I sent you money at 7:08 and it's 8:13 and you telling me you'll send me my bread tomorrow, that means you smoked it, you shot it up, or you got drunk. You can't tell me I'm wrong because you didn't buy material. And I let it be known. And once I let it be known, somehow it's, oh, well, you're not gonna get any money back now. Well, shit, you said you're gonna give me a refund. So either I'm gonna get that bag or somebody gonna come get that bag for me legally. And it's gonna be way more than $100 for the simple fact you're now harassing me. All because you had a conversation with someone before you responded to me. You liked the post that dealt with the situation, then you commented some green shit or wrote me some green shit, which caused you to lose some bread. And it's money that you needed because, again, I sent you the money an hour ago. You didn't have the bread. Somebody can send me $100 right now. I can go spend 3 bands, 4 bands, 5 bands, and not touch that $100 they gave me because I got my own. Especially if that bread was to be able to do work for them. The first money I get don't go in my pocket, it goes towards material. You're talking to someone that beads also. So instead of spending the bread on material, you spent it on bullshit and had to make that bread back within an hour to send me back my money on because I was gonna come get that. So eventually, and yeah, I definitely got that bread. That bread definitely came back. But what I'm stating here and showing here is there are a lot of people, there are a lot of people that will lose a lot of money, that will lose specific contacts, and will miss out on great things simply because they jump in other people's business. Mind your own. So with all of you, again, that provides a service to the community, put your service in these comments with your name next to it or your business next to it. See, I then find out, though this person did beads for someone who looks like us, they aren't us at all. So you say you have a connection with the Blue Jay message. Here we go again, just like last week. When you say that you have a connection with the Yamasi Wale, and you have a conversation with them, asking them questions about someone who isn't Yamasi Wale, what you're doing is asking Charles Barkley about Michael Jordan. That's what you're doing. See, I'm not associated with these niggas. So if that upsets you and hurts your feelings, tough titty. I'm not a nigga that's gonna claim that the Wale are Muskogee. If you don't like that, suck your mother. For real. There are too many people that need assistance. There are too many people that need things done that they can't do themselves. And if you provide a service, the last thing you are to do is deny them by jumping in their business or some shit they have going on with someone else. See, in the Green Fire, I talked about a trade network that went from Canada to South America. That means there was a level of trust between every family and every individual that was involved or intertwined into that network. That network that was woven, or that quilt that was woven, put together, that went through all these changes from the Gwali or the Gwaili to the Shuanua, right? To the Yama culture and all of these different cultures, there was a certain level of respect that these people had for each other when doing this work. But you'll get disrespectful simply because 2 people, 4 people, or a couple people have disagreements. Paul, you can open your mic up. What's good, little dear? What's going on, cuz? I don't, I'll never understand because I don't pick sides in others' war. And I won't let whatever you do, you got, but as long as you not messing with no children and terrorizing no women, we gonna do business. I don't care what you do on your personal time. But there are people who allow themselves to lose money simply because they involve themselves in others' business. Stay in your lane, stay in your place. Now, there's one thing that was very important that I read on there, and it's this. Cuz may feel a different way, or he can explain it another way. But oftentimes, those that we deal with in that community who tend to shun others because they don't look the way they do, lack everything that you currently have. You have running water, you have electricity, you have your own. You can make your own and do your own thing, but you can be dealing with someone that has limits on them, forcing them to choose sides. When the Mokaya taught the Olmec about maize, maize was already 4 to 5 thousand years old. They trusted them with this information, gave them this information, and this information was used to feed the whole continent, literally. That's trust that has to be built. Telling me what you're going to do for me is a thing, but showing me is another. Please do not allow emotion. Please do not allow other people, man, woman, or child, to stop you from feeding your family. Don't allow them to do it. When you're dealing with people like this, or those who get disrespectful for no reason, I advise that you don't do the same. See, I've noticed that I've got better results just simply saying, hey, if it don't go the way now that I want it to go, it is what it is. But I won't lose twice to the same person. And it's okay. I won't lose twice to the same person. But what they did, they took money out of their family's mouths simply because they involved themselves in another person's business. Now the disrespect, the weird shit, oh, you weird. I don't. Is that doesn't bother me. What bothered me more than anything was the fact that Red Crane, cuz be right. He said, cuz since you and him go this way and do that, and let's see if they come out the shadow. Crane called it out. Red Crane knew once the person found out who they were doing the beats for, that they would act up and start acting different. So for a nigga to tell me through the phone, oh, I do all this based off spirit, you don't understand that my big cousin, my big chief, he oversees all of this shit. So the same person that you did the extra shit for, all the weird shit and calling me names, right? All of that was already seen already. For the simple fact, the same reason that you did it, Red Crane told me and that person would fall out because that person wanted to be a face of some shit they didn't even create. So you associate yourself with a family who had an individual who was tapped in or tied in somewhere else in a place that really had nothing to do with them, even though they came from a whole nother place dealing with Cherokees and Creeks, shit that they claim now had nothing to do with them. They said, well, we got a cousin that we can take advantage of and we got all we need is mother to sign off on it, and we good. You allow some fugazi shit because it look good on the outside that make you lose that bread. And I'm a real nigga. Like I said, you can't give me no bread for no project, and I spend that money before I spend it on material. So I know you on that res. You got no water, like you said. You got no electricity, like you said. So you could have sent that bread right back. You ain't got no water and light bill, my nigga. You ain't got no mortgage. You ain't paying no rent. So you could have sent that bread right back. That's how I knew you used it on other material, which made you start saying what in the messages. He started saying what? Oh, I did miscalculate. Yeah. I bet. Thank you, cuz. Handle your business. Keep your personal affairs separate, bro. Can you imagine if Burger King said, "Shit, we ain't gonna use Coca-Cola because McDonald's they for Warren Buffett, so we ain't gonna use Coca-Cola." Or if a country said, "You know what? Shit, we don't fuck with them, so we gonna stop using silver. We gonna stop using gold." That's foolish. It's foolishness. It's foolishness. So with this growth that I'm experiencing, with this growth that I'm seeing, I just simply believe that it's best that if you have me on any social media, anything, send me your business name and how to contact me, so we can create a directory. Like if you need this, you go to Chief Khan Shonda or Shonda and Chief Khan. You need this, you go to Red Crane. If you need any 3D prints, we got Chikora Goods. You go to Catawba. You need any quilts, anything knitted, talk to Sister Omi. Talk to Cuz. You want to know anything about dealing with the babies? Well, talk to Shayla. You need a workout plan? Talk to Cooley. You need assistance with genealogy? Talk to Little Deer. But even outside of that, what about food, clothes, right? So many things that are being done by our people in the community that need to be put together and placed in one book, so everyone know how to contact each other. Am I wrong? If you agree with me, just drop me a one in the comments, please. Let's get some interaction in here. Drop me a one in the comments. Let's see. Let me drop this link inside the chat, because I need some voices in here. Oh, like I say, when I build, when I get in that zone, I need some voices in here. I need somebody to build with. Somebody hop in here with me. What we got? Crane setting up. Let's see, Crane. You can hear? You good? You locked in?
Yo, yup, finishing this last little bit of the haircut.
Bro, you already finished your haircut. Cut that nigga bald head right now, cause I need you on here. I've been talking to myself for the last 10 minutes. So, or the last 25 minutes. I don't know what part and money that. So cut full of
I'm right
bald
here,
head and
nephew.
keep it rocking, man.
He said he cut him a
I'm,
ball
I'm
head,
right
keep it
here.
rocking.
Oh, there you go. Talk to me. What do you think about this situation? I need somebody else's opinion so I can go see Mary Jane and visit Luna for like 3 minutes. So I need one of y'all to talk to me real quick.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Need some loaner too. And that shit, they work.
Uh-oh, I just
Boy,
heard
I just
money.
missed that. I just missed that bit with some 100% peach juice. No sugar, just peach juice and
What you
water.
mix? What you mix with it? Oh, peach juice and water.
I'm on that medicine. Luna,
Hmm.
that moon dog. Let's get it though. Paul, talk to me. I need you to go ahead. It's your flow.
yeah. Well, dealing with trade and everything, that's very valuable for one to do what they're supposed to do as a community and sustain for oneself and family. And we spoke about that way earlier today on my live. And yeah, but when you do business with people and that's your art and the way how you want it done, how can you change? How can somebody else change your work? You know, That's what you want. That's what you pay for. And coming up, the old folks say you get what you pay for. So if I paid for it, give me what I paid for. Don't shortchange it because that's bad business. You don't never want no bad business because you're supposed to stand up behind your product. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You want the quality, not the quantity. You know, you're supposed to stand by your work and be proficient in your work. Because if
These
somebody,
people,
if right, go ahead, nephew.
no, I'm saying, yeah, I feel that. You're supposed to stand by your stuff, but these people be getting notion of who he really is, and then they buckle.
Right.
That what it be too. We are the narrative breakers. That's what it is. So they get a little notion of who he is, and then stuff get weird. Nah, you was weird from the get go, man. Real.
And business never supposed to be personal. It's
Right.
business.
Mm-hmm.
See, Mike, we ain't hear from you in a week, 2 weeks. Talk to me. What do you think about this situation?
Man, like Pop said, you ain't supposed to mix business with pleasure or business with family. That's what my uncle always told me on that one. He said you never bring family into your business because if you do, you're gonna have quarrels at the end of it. And I learned that the hard way. But uh yeah, man. Like I said, I read those messages and everything like that. I just looked at it like Buddy was revealing himself with every message that he was sending, all the way up until the point where he said, "Oh, you weird" or whatever. Like, oh, now we know why you acting like that because you did business with somebody that don't rock with us, and that person tried to slander what we got going on instead of saying, "Oh yeah, if you go get your money, go get your bread, blah blah blah." And Buddy in his feelings about something that he ain't got nothing to do with. Hell, on top of that, he in a whole different part of the map that ain't got nothing to do with down south. So I don't know. It just didn't make no sense. But all medicine ain't good medicine.
I'ma use cuz word. All them boys take peen.
For real though, it looked like it. I ain't gonna lie, sassy blood. But
Yeah, yeah,
sassy Lord. Speaking
yeah,
of
yeah.
that, sassy stone. You feel me? But what I'm saying, and like what I'm trying to put together is, at some point in time, what other people had going on didn't stop a family from making sure that they were good. And that's what a lot of communities or a lot of people. That's where it failed because it started in the house. Once old boy go to looking across the street at Mr. Jones' wife, the family structure start to fold. Once mama start respecting because she got to work modern day, maybe she respect her boss once she respect her man's, the structure start falling down. This shit lead to the community falling down. And the major reason was niggas wasn't getting money together no more. So it wasn't no trust. You build bonds by getting money together. Literally. That's why bonds, trust, stocks, currency, all of that shit deal with energy. So we can find a way starting today to get in. If you see someone that just has a business, no matter what it is, if they are of like mind, I need you to get their contact, get their number, get their contact, and add it to your directory. Because all of us need to be the point of reference to, because someone, each and every one of you listening is needed or are needed somewhere. You're assisting someone with something right now. Or someone may even come to you in the future and ask for assistance that you probably can't physically give, but you know who to send them to. Please get in contact with those healers, those designers, the seamstress, uh the any we have people that put books that are authors, mothers that have created coloring books and things like that, study material for children. And if we can start producing it in a mass scale, that will be something that will change the game. Because now it's no longer, well, we're just gonna grab them a book and they can study this book. No, this book comes from or was written by or even authorized by a person or a community that I am in contact with, even if that's not my community. But this is right knowledge. This information is the proper information that should be taught to our babies. This is the proper information that should be taught to our women. I literally have a book that only deals with women that I've never put out. It's already written. I posted screenshots or pictures of the book. Those of you who see me in July, for those sisters that come in July, my cousins, my friends, or those I haven't met yet, it's for you. It's free. Yes, I'm a male, but a part of being male is at least attempting to understand women the best that you can. So I also have a book, a small book. These are pamphlets, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages, 12 pages that deal with male hygiene. What happened when we start using this on the mass scale? How it has changed us? How it has start to reconfigure the brain? Red Crane has a book on medicine, and Omi is one of the authors, a part of that. So the Yellow Fire is the medicine text that won't even come out to the public, but it can. See, it wasn't scheduled to, but who's to say that it can't? Who's to say that the medicine society will say, okay, well, the sacred will keep sacred, and that's general will place there and put all the usages as they did into there. So what I've learned from them is there are certain things you can't put together, certain things you got to use a certain, all this different stuff that go on. They already have a text about it. But what happens when we start using that together? You have couples that both have reviews from hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that they've assisted and even healed. Not giving somebody a cloak to make them comfortable, but someone who actually can get rid of diseases or diseases. Healers. Is that not the medicine society? Men and women who first healed their own, then branched off and had to go into their communities and even other communities to heal their people because they may not have had what they needed at that time, so they had to get it from another place. This is what we're really talking about. All of us want moccasins. Everybody want moccasins that's watching this right now. Someone watching this makes moccasins. Why don't they simply put their number and their contact in the chat? So now everybody's like, oh, we can go to Cub, fill them up, flood them. So you can't say, I'm pushed back because I can't even do that for the next 2 months because I'm so flooded. What about those that make gorgets or gorgets? Like Chief White Bear or Chief Iron Bear? Or what about Warren? Warren made gorgets or gorgets. That's 2 people. So now that's 2 that we can add to the directory just in case or for when they're needed. But this isn't just anyone. These are people who've proven who they are, proven that they've been around their communities and have done a service for those communities. And then we start to bring these communities, not just the individuals, but the communities together to be the foundation of what's needed in the future. Because if there's one thing we're really going to need, and it's we're going to need ourselves. We're going to need each other. We're going to need each other. Because those of like mind, you have a system that's fighting against you. You have people that don't look like you, that don't like you because how you look. And then there are those that look like you, look similar to you, who are the oppressor. The black devil was before the white one, they say. So those of like mind are going to need each other. There's so much going against each of us, all of us as individuals. I can only imagine what we go through as a community. We have to get our shit together, and we have no time to waste. I'm going to tell you, something hit me yesterday. I'm still legit. I'm 31. I was happy as hell getting off work yesterday. Walking to the car, but I got to walk up into the garage. And I'm walking. I'm just like, damn, boy, I'm so glad this day over. And then it hit me. But you know you ain't looked back since you got off work, which means everything is in the past is in the past. You only can move forward. You only can go up these stairs. That's it. You can't even look back at the stairs, and you can't walk back because it'll never happen the same. So everything that you try to recollect or try to remember, you don't even remember everything because that time, that moment is behind you. And all we can do now is move forward together. It's the reason us, we, my, I, and me, we're all the same word. Because there was no individual there's no individual in the community. We're the community. We have to, right, cuz we have to begin to isolate ourselves from the BS and deal with that of like mind. We have to stop associating or being associated with the BS and associate with those of like mind. It's not about knowledge. We dealt with that in a past era, but no one caught it. And where we are today, people believe that they know. In Pisces, people knew they believed. I say this all the time. Grandma knew she worshiped Jesus. Grandma knew who her family was. Grandma knew what she was. Same thing with granddaddy. Granddaddy could act like he ain't know that Miss Jones' kids was his, but those was definitely his babies. He knew, and grandma knew too. And as long as that family was held down, it was what it was. What I'm saying is, they knew that they believed. Today, people believe they know. It's dangerous. We have people that believe they know. We have to get away from the belief when it comes to trying to interject belief in wisdom. As I say, the age of Aquarius again, and it always mess me up. If the Gregorian calendar is wrong, then we can't be in the age of Aquarius because their calendar is wrong, right? But in the age of Aquarius, they say it's the age of information or the flood of mass information or the mass flood of information. But whoever said that that information would be correct? This is the reason you have those of old, like a Merkabah. Merkabah went from 50,000 views a video to only doing 2K to 500. simply because he went against the Americas Egypt shit while teaching that Americans and Egyptians had trade over thousands of years ago. But simply because he didn't pick a side, people start, oh, we got to make a campaign against Merkabah. Because they believe that they knew better than this man, that he's somebody who traveled the world doing this shit. Niggas will tell you America is Egypt. My grandma Cherokee, America is Egypt. But their grandma never told them that shit. Grandma was Cherokee, but she never told him America is Egypt. So now a nigga who has no contact to grandma, whether she's not here anymore, or grandma doesn't deal with them, or they simply don't call grandma, they'll get online, start believing that they know a thing, and replace what grandma taught them with some shit they learned from somebody on the net. That mindset we have to do away with. We have to stay away from that type of being or that type of person. Now, as Unc say, simply, me, ye, e, literally means we, the people, us, our, that's built on trust, bonds. Like it's like 21 Jump Street talk about the covalent bonds. It's literally about bonding. We have to be our own savior. Too many people have been looking up to men to save them. Niggas got rid of Jesus and replaced Jesus with Malachi York. Niggas got rid of Yahawashah and replaced Yahawashah with Yahweh ben Yahweh. While these same people, these same men, or these different people are talking to communities, the community never chose themselves. See, when a community chooses themselves, you see like what we've seen in Georgia. 13 different families purchases over 100 acres of land. It's 13 families. You could feed a family of 4 on an acre, on 4 acres of land. 1 acre per person will feed you for a year. Someone can disagree with it, but ask them, have they ever tested it? The answer will be no. So they have more than enough to supply a community, more than enough for placement in their community. You have teachers, you have people already on their school and public school board of directors. So as we would have down here, like a Cutler Bay and all of these different communities that we consider gated communities now, they all have their own schools. And their schools are literally in their communities. So now, your bread, go to your child's school. We have friends, sisters, and cousins that already homeschool their children. The men in the community should definitely be able to find ways to provide a place for all the children to now go to school together and be taught in that building by the mothers and the uncles and the aunties and the grandmas and the grandpas of these families. The true educators. Because how long have you been out of school that sometimes you forgot something? It's funny I bring it up because I was having a conversation with someone that's very close to me, and I said something like that, and they laughed, and I was like, "What's a bilateral stop?" They're like, "Huh?" I say, "What is a glottal sound?" Huh? I said, "Yeah, the baby you remember how to put words and sounds together. The adult you forgot because you automatically on autopilot." So we have to get back in those classes too. We have to refresh our brain and refresh our memories too, because the average 25-year-old, the average 30-year-old isn't smarter than a 7th grader. So there are things that we have to do, classes that we have to retake, basic maths that may have to be taught again to the adults for the adults to even understand what the children are learning today. But are you willing to make these sacrifices that are needed to be community again? That detox that I took, I had it for a while. But I had to take a month off from really dealing with people online because I started to get clouded. The judgment started to get clouded. But now that we can sit back and we can breathe and our skin is breathing again and the eyes are like a diamond in the pool, a sapphire in the pool, even the darkest or a dark stone like a garden. It's breathing again, but it's still quartz, it's still crystal. So coming out of that water, um, I'm able to see things slightly different, and I think differently. I'm thinking clearly, which is the main reason I didn't respond to the person the way that I usually would have. And having that conversation, not being the bad guy or turning into the bad guy, and getting that bread back is something that I actually honor. Old me would have said, shit, keep the bread. When I catch food that you did the beads for, I'm gonna rip him off his neck and we gonna get into it. We gonna get busy. But I would prefer not to be that person anymore. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to not like you. You know what I mean? I don't want to not like you. If I just don't like you, but I don't like you, it ain't even that I wanted to. But I don't want to not like you. So definitely don't give me a reason to. And that's directed towards that person. And for those of you that we love, those of you that we like, those of you that we do business with, this is the moment that it gets better. It doesn't get better yesterday, it gets better today. It won't get better tomorrow because we're going to start being better today. If you make music, I need something from you. Make a song about your journey spiritually. So someone who's coming into this can listen to you, someone who had growth in this at a certain part of your life and what you're feeling, what you've been through. Because wisdom is based on experience. So put your experience in the music and give it to the people. When I say give it to the people, that's your art. You're supposed to be compensated for your art. But don't if this like give it to the people. All of us have a thing that we are to give, that we are to provide. If you can't provide a service, that means you're a worker. I would suspect it's me. You got some form, some way of bringing in income to help provide for your family to keep that generated. But being that you have that and you may not have something or a commodity, that makes it should make it easier for you to even branch out and learn from someone on how you can start something or create a foundation for your family for whatever you need. Like I said, it could be moccasins, it can be headdresses, it can be skirts, breastcloth, patches, wood carvings, copper jewelry. CJ and Catawba, Nola, their family has a farm in Georgia, or they're attempting to build a farm in Georgia. They have the land, they're setting the groundwork for it. So soon, a lot of you in Georgia will actually have someone of like mind that you can go get all your produce from. And it will be done in an indigenous way. It will be done the right way. So we all have to take our time and we all have to find where we are needed in order to keep this moving. Because again, there will be a time where we will need each other. There will be a time where that phone ain't gonna work. And then let me give an example. There is an indigenous cryptocurrency that came out about 2 years ago, a year or two ago. And I'm dealing with someone I want to do business with, and we're getting a banner. And I'm just putting this out there just for educational purposes. So at the time, they said the banner was $75. That would have cost me about 2 ounces of silver at that time. Today, silver is probably $80 an ounce. So that $70 purchase, if it was done or traded with silver, that USDA value would have went up from $75 to about $160. as opposed to getting it in cryptocurrency, which is less than 0.0002% of a penny, which won't even hold weight to a piece of copper. So sometimes you may run into somebody in this community that may not have USDA, but they may deal in precious metals. So you all have to learn the value of these things too and how that works so you can actually start to build your profile. That's something else I want you all to think about and add to your repertoire. So I definitely want you all to add that. Let's see. The sacrifice. Bro, you've been hitting me up in these comments. Salute to you. Let me go ahead and do this. Here we go. Let me go ahead and start that comment. I definitely appreciate you and want to give you a personal shout out for keeping this conversation rolling. Yeah, let's keep it moving. So I'm just of the mindset that before we get to Kolomoki, I will have at least 20 numbers, okay, of all of our service providers. And eventually, when they start to network, watch how the community or the digital communities have to actually reform themselves because you're dealing with someone that has their own. Anytime you walk into a guest house, it's something in your spirit that will feel uneasy for the simple fact that ain't yours. But as soon as you come to the crib, bra come off, shirt come off, you a man, pants, so everything, I'm home, I'm free. That's how business should be. Hey, I know them, this feel comfortable. Hey, yeah, that's cuz right there. Or hey, that's bro from such and such and such and such. You can do business with him. He helped me with this, assisted me with this. Oh, that sits over there. She makes this. Man, it's amazing. Boom, boom, boom. You can deal with her. If we can get that, we do something that people in these so-called conscious communities never done. Something that people in cults have never done. You create a community of network. You create a way to generate funds and keep that fund circulating within this group. Because it has to come from outside in order to, right? It's like against a web. But it has to be done and you can't wait. The more time, if you wait today, some shit go wrong tomorrow, you're gonna wish you started today. That's what I mean. Like how many, like we all got family members, cousins, friends, and we all know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about this. How many people have wanted to contact the person and decided not to, and that person left this plane the next day? Hell, I was talking to my father, went outside, came back in within 15 minutes, and he was literally dead in his wheelchair. You have no time to waste. Let's get this shit done today. And let's make it joyous. Let's make it a beautiful thing. Let's make our network the network. That's our goal. So when I hop off here, get at me on IG _Wale Origins and send me what I need to add you to this directory. We're going to build something that has never been built before in this modern world. I'll put it that way. And we're going to build it based off how the ancient ones did it, by families, by those who have their own work, by those who've shown and proven themselves to be the masters or even the journeymen of this plane. The apprentices, sit there and learn, my brothers, my sisters. You will be a journeyman soon. But all of you who have mastered your craft, it's like B.O.B. said. That boy he say, I've been mastered this craft. I'm just working on my form. If you're at the top of your class, you're not flawless. Start forming and molding yourself to be better, because what's to come is going to put us in the stratosphere. I'm telling you. Is there anyone currently listening, Paul or Crane? If y'all want to tap in and drop some, or take us home, drop some final words. Y'all can have the floor. I can't hear Paul. Can y'all hear Paul? I can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm
But
here, nephew.
go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very important that you do. And it's just like what I myself, I deal with technical services. You know what I'm saying? And my supervisor at my job, you know, he saw me at the shooting range, and when he saw how I was shooting and everything, and we went back to the class. So the guy was asking how many people do like technical training in self defense. So, me, I keep quiet. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, well, how do you protect your gun like that? So I said, well, if somebody grab your gun, you put your hand over this and you do a thumb rip. He was like, well, that's kind of elementary. So he said, give me another answer. So that's when somebody said, well, you fall on the ground, and then another person said you run to the wall. I said, now why you want to exert all that energy and then you fall on the ground, the person fall on the ground with you, and the gun being taken out, then you going, and then you running towards the wall, they'll let the gun go and push you to the wall and knock you out. I said, it don't make no sense. I asked him, I said, do you even know what a thumb rip is? If you don't know what a thumb rip is, I can actually show you. And you're like, well, show me. When I showed him, he was like, oh. So yeah, so that's another thing, dealing with technical training.
So I'm glad you said that. Every man listening, if you haven't trained in any martial art, you need to start now. Also, our elders, like Pa is a sensei. You have other brothers and other sisters out there who have trained also. What we should start doing is learning within our own communities and those places that are close to us, and then learning the indigenous styles too from these different communities. Because the Shata Ogla have their fighting style, same with all of these different groups. So start to build these relationships, because it goes into protecting self also.
Right, because economics is protecting self.
Let's see. So in the comments, do we have any questions that we may can answer, or that can be answered here before we do take off? Because I'm gonna make this an hour, because we will be live again tomorrow on a free bill. Open mics, we'll just be having at it. So let's see. Um, what I'm gonna do today is little well, or hmm, let me figure this out. Let's see. I'm gonna since this is dealing with foundation, we'll let Aaron Soul take us home. Is there anything that you want to leave us with today before we head out, outside of what you said about a minute ago?
Well, one of the things that we have to get back to is economics, food, clothes, and shelter and protection. That's the five plans that we need as a people.
Most definitely. Sean contacted me. He met someone out in Oregon who actually still builds indigenous style houses, and is actually looking to do it seems like a week, but like a week long, but he's going to be actually showing how it's done out there in Oregon. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone who tapped in and tuned in. Before you do go, please leave a like on this video and share this with one person that you know will need it, as our community will be growing by the day. And we're talking about being able to provide and sustain self. With that being said, Aaron Soul rooted, since we're planting these roots, um, and ironically, in our language, veins and roots are the same word. So we have to root ourselves like these trees, and these trees connect their roots, and they send information in order to heal each other. That's our goal. We're going to heal each other spiritually. We're going to heal each other physically. We're going to heal each other in the soul. and we're going to heal each other economically. I'll get with you all tomorrow morning. Peace.
Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Rooted like a tree, roots down deep. Rooted like a tree, rooted in the mystery. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Everything will change, nothing stays the same. And through it all, my roots shall remain. Everything shall remain. My roots shall Roots down deep, rooted like a tree.